They're really.
So we have quite an international cast here. I know Naomi, you're from England. You're Chinese Canadian, and Dacre, you're from Australia. So well, tell us about the casting process that got you all you guys together.
Oh gosh.
Well, oh gosh, when I actually screen tested, I screen tested with, I didn't screen test with any of the cast that were actually cast, and I go on tape because I live in England, so that's usually how I do it. And actually, what I do is I played like every other Power Ranger because that's how I self-tape. I actually do the other lines and then like leave gaps.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So no one, I was literally like, if I was playing like a guy, like I would be like, what are you doing? Like in like a deep voice. I literally did that, and they bought it. I don't know how, but they went for it, so it worked out.
Yeah, it stood out probably. It was
Yeah.
unique. They're like, you can play every single Power Ranger.
I know.
And
They're
might as well
like,
just,
they're like, what do you want to
toss
play?
it.
Which one? And they gave me the choice.
Yeah, well, mine was largely credited to technology because I was truly international. I was filming Marco Polo in Malaysia. I actually did my tape in Singapore on an iPhone. And then when I went back to Beijing, I had a Skype conversation with our director and auditioned on Skype. So I'd never even met him in person before he casted me. He casted me straight off the Skype tape.
Wow, incredible. How about you, Dacre?
Yeah, look, I was still finishing drama school. I was still at university, and just before I finished, I got a call from my now manager saying, can you fly to LA on Saturday, on Friday morning? And I was like, for what? And she was like, for Power Rangers. And I was like, but I didn't audition.
Yeah.
And she said that she'd sent something else to John Papsadura, the casting director, and he wanted to test me in LA the following night. So I flew, tested on Sunday morning, and then they cast me on Monday. It was kind of like a crazy, and I didn't even.
You know what? I wish
I didn't
all my
meet.
roles were like that. That'd be
It's a new era of
this
casting.
guy
for sure.
just smashing it up.
Now, the legacy of Power Rangers, that's undeniable. This is the first film in the 21st century in the franchise. Now, tell us, like, what did Power Rangers mean to you growing up, and why was it so important to be a part of this movie?
Well, Power Rangers meant a lot to me growing up. It was like a constant companion to me because my first action figure was a yellow Power Ranger, and I got that when I was emigrating from mainland China to Hong Kong, so leaving my extended family behind. So my mom got me this little toy to kind of appease me. So it followed me throughout all my years of moving around. Like I moved to Australia, I moved to Canada and the US, and I think I lost it when I actually moved to North America, but that got replaced by the actual TV series when I found out what the Power Rangers actually were. So to me, it meant a lot. It meant like a little buddy that was always with me, and then later in the TV series, it meant just teamwork and doing good and having fun together.
I think for me, I connected more with just the whole idea about what a superhero means to people. I didn't really watch the show growing up, so I was just kind of like, who are the superheroes in my life, both on and off screen, and how can I relate to that? So definitely a big deal for me. I didn't take it lightly.
I mean, I didn't watch the shows, but I used to play Power Rangers, which I guess shows, even if you didn't watch the shows, it affected you wanted to be one. So.
Amazing. Now, how is it working with like the likes of Bryan Cranston, who plays Zordon, and the amazing Elizabeth Banks, who plays your arch nemesis, Rita Repulsa? What was that experience like?
It was interesting. Brian, I mean, I'm probably just as stoked as you sound like you are for him to be in the picture. He came in later on in the process, so we didn't get to have that much contact with him. But as to Elizabeth Banks, I mean, she's like a seasoned veteran, you know, in this industry, and it was so lovely to be able to, every time she'd walk on set, you sort of step up your game and straighten up because you're like seeing her making choices and being around that. I think any profession, being around somebody who's at that level is, you know, kind of feel like you're on like hallowed ground, you know.
And now having screened the movie, Rita is amazing on screen.
She's fierce, basically.
Amazing. Very excited. Thank you, guys.